It was poor overall today, Jackson. You're right, but Nkunku, we all know Nkunku is just exponentially a better football player. That I heard the commentator. I don't know what channel you guys are watching on, but the commentator here on Sky sort of said, "Oh, that the Bournemouth defenders could have done better. They couldn't do better. The touch and the turn from Nkunku put the ball almost. It put it into no man's land. It put it into a position.
They'd have to foul him. They'd have to foul him to get the.
They didn't know what to do, and then before they could react, he was through on goal and he tucked it away. And even that finish, Jackson just can't. Jackson will do that 1 in 10. 1 in 10, Jackson will tuck that away. Jackson could have done everything Nkunku did, but he's shooting that ball either straight at the goalkeeper or wide. I do agree. Nkunku has to start the game for me. Overall, he's better. I just think, look, it's one game, so you've got to give it time. But I just think maybe what you said earlier, if you're going to play Jackson, maybe Nkunku's got to be in the kind of 10-second striker role, put Palmer out on the right where he seems happier, Sancho on the left. What you've then got is 3 players in your attack with very high technical ability, as opposed to like Neto and Madueke are going to have their position for you. But both of them are very decent little skills when dribbling, but it's kind of push and run. As opposed to like Sancho today, he worked so brilliantly for you in tight spaces. So he'd drag players in, he'd create space for others and then move the ball quickly. I just don't, that's not what Neto and that isn't what Madueke can do. And the better you guys get, the more teams will sit back against you. And the more teams that sit back, the less room there is going to be to run into as well. So it's going to be an intriguing next few weeks. This super chat here says the team is new from so many aspects. So last year, won't weigh as heavy on them. They are still figuring it out and have a lot to work with. 7 points in the first 4 matches is a good start. Do you consider this a good start for Chelsea?
If we didn't drop points to Palace, I would say it was a good start. I wasn't happy with the Manchester City game. Everyone will say it's Man City, but they've not kept a clean sheet all season, but against us. So I wasn't happy with that performance, considering we put 4 past them in the reverse fixture last year. Obviously the Wolves game I was impressed with. It was really the Palace game. The performance of this game don't make me happy, but in terms of on paper, points wise, I'm not fussed. But this is what our fans, we need to realize. We ain't got that much time to figure things out. We've got West Ham away, we've got Brighton, and I think we got Nottingham Forest. After that is Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal, United, Aston Villa, and Spurs in the league in a row. With Conference League games in between. That run is not a joke. So we need as many points as we can. That's why the Palace game hurts me. If we drop points today, I would be saying the rest out.
And if you're being honest, if you put in today's performance against a lot of those teams you just mentioned, the outcome could be very different. In terms 100%. Of, we saw Villa tonight, although they conceded 2 goals, the way they came back was majestic. And there was a super chat about it, actually, saying that anyone want to give our scouts respect for Duran now. He has looked good at the start of the season. He has looked good. But he seems, I've got to watch him more. I'm not slagging him off at all. The goal he scored was out of this world. But then he had a fairly basic header later on, and he headed it in completely the wrong direction. And I looked at it and just thought, how do you score that screamer but then head the ball in the wrong direction when he should be getting on target?
That's Jackson. He can score a blinder like he did against Everton when he touches the ball down, swivels and scores. And then he can just have performances like today. Do you know what I mean? It's
you see with Duran, three match winners in 4 games, by the way, is exceptional. Salute to that. In terms of everyone saying, I've seen a lot of, I told you so, these scouts, Quinn Stanley, Lawrence Stewart are quality because they wanted Duran. Why didn't you buy him then? We didn't stop you from buying him. We're naysayers. That's fans. That's what
salary, innit? Salary cap, bro. You know salary cap, innit?
That's why I'm not gonna praise the directors for you told the media that we was interested in Duran, but you didn't sign him. Okay. Now and then if you want to go back for him in January, he's 80 million now instead of 40.
Apparently the background check didn't pass, bro. That's what it was. That's what got reported.
What, like behavior?
CBR check.
Yeah, and Aston Villa fans will tell you the same thing about Duran, bro. Are you forgetting what he did in Nando's and that? Man did this and that to go West Ham, bro. He's a delinquent. He's another young delinquent. I like him.
You like delinquents?
I like Duran.
All right, so
I
thought you said because I thought you meant because he's delinquent. You like him. I was like, no, well,
no.
He did eat. Do you know what it probably is? I feel sorry for him with that West Ham thing, right? Because he might have got told by his agent, "It's happening, bro."
Mm-hmm.
He did it, and then a day later, oh, shit, man, it's off.
I'm still here. You know what I mean?
I tell you, in my professional life, when I was working for a consultancy firm in the banking industry, my boss at the time thought he landed this deal that was worth about 15 million pounds to the company, and his commission on it was about 800 grand. And he was like, they rung him on this like Friday morning and said, like, the board have signed off, we're going with you guys. We told everybody in the company that night. We went out and he paid for everything. Mate, we ate so much. We ate lobster, we ate steak, we drank champagne. This was all up in the city, right? In like central in the city of London. He must have spent about $4,000 on drinks and dinner, right? We came in Monday morning. This man was as white as a ghost. I was like, what's the matter, mate? He went, I got an email on Saturday. The board changed their mind last minute on Friday. We ain't got the deal. So like this, that's like Duran. You're going West Ham, starts giving it the hammers and shit, and then his agent rings him. Oh fuck! I put something on socials. This shit happens. I remember his face. His name was Mike something was his name. Ogilvy, I think his name was. And I just remember seeing his face, and it was more like I got to tell the wife I just spent $4,000 on drinks and food on one night, and I was like, I'm so glad it went on my card, bro, because that was a big night. But yeah, we're gonna have some more super chats in a minute. Don, look, I think we've all kind of been through it. We know it was a smash and grab tonight, but you must be chuffed still that you showed the mental perseverance to get through. Big moment from Nkunku, Sancho, great performance. Give me your thoughts, mate.
100%, man. I think in the first half there wasn't enough, good performances from individuals, man. Like Neto was getting the ball quite a lot. I thought he was quite sharp when he started the game, but after that, bro, it was he was just running the ball off the pitch at times. If that was Mudryk, he's getting cooked. You know what I mean? And for me, I don't think Neto is the best on the left. I know he can do a job there, but I'd rather start Sancho on that left instead of him. Because for me, Neto's best position's on the right. Yeah. If Madueke has games like today where he looks like he can't be bothered to play, Neto can start on the right, bro. And he can maybe show us what he can do from the start, right? But the main problem that I had today was Bournemouth, when they were getting the ball, they were whipping it in, Terry. Whipping it in, like what I've been seeing them doing this season. To be fair, Cole and Fofana were dealing with a lot of the headers that were coming in. I thought Tosin was good, like what CB was saying when he came on as well. But in the first half, there wasn't really anyone in that first phase that was carrying the ball. This is where you're looking at, the likes of Lavia, for example, where he's missing. We haven't really got a profile like him in the team because we sent out Santos on loan and we sent out Leslie on loan as well. So that position, it's a bit of a headache at the minute. There isn't anyone really that's carrying the ball a little bit further up. I thought Palmer was quite poor as well. Overall, I don't think he had the best game, to be fair. Sanchez, amazing game today, man. Listen, that guy saved us, man. He saved us. He saved the penalty, which was very poor from Fofana. And he made some very good saves during the game. But listen, the in-game management today was a lot better. In the second half, when he took off Disasi, when he took off Madueke and he took off Jackson, we were pinning Bournemouth back a lot more, right? And it actually felt like was going to score and create better chances. Because the main problem we had in the first half, we kept breaking down our own attacks. There's a couple of times Madueke was getting the ball in good areas. He kept giving it away. Jackson, same sort of thing, is getting the ball. He's giving it away, right? We were beating their press a couple of times and they were doing the same thing to us, but we just were very wasteful with the chances that we had on the ball in the final third. But it was a lot better in the second half, bro. Sancho today, very tidy, man. All the little jinky-majinky, Jugador, CB. Jugador on that side.
That's what I'm saying, Jugador. That's what I saw there. Joga Bonito was getting played there.
Bro, that was nice, yeah? I know Terry says, I don't really like the eye test and that. Bro, he was meeting the eye test today and he was creating some dangerous chances.
Who?
Bro, you see with Sancho. Sancho's playing like he grew up in the cage.
I'm not.
Yes,
I've got no.
Cage
let me just address this now on my platform. I like the eye test, but the eye test without end product is not what Sancho was today.
But we all agree with that, though. We all agree with that.
Yeah.
When we talk about
eye test with no delivery is pointless. Passing the eye test and delivering is amazing. We all agree, yeah.
But when we talk, when me and people like Roms tell you we prefer footballers like that, we obviously prefer footballers that meet the eye test and also put up numbers, and that's what Sancho does because he's got very good end products, bro. Right? And we all agree. But what I'll never do is put someone with great eye test ability like James Maddison above a Bruno Fernandes who delivers at an exponentially higher rate. That's fair enough. That's why I said to you the other day. That's why I said to you the other day. Saka's still better than Doku because Doku beats his man more, but he ain't got better end product than Saka.
End product, yeah. I agree. I agree.
That's why I say that.
Can I ask the panel a question in terms of Maresca ball? Because we won the game. Credit where it's due. His in-game management did help, but I'm seeing, for example, Kukurea. It looks like he was playing in the 10. He had a free roll. I was seeing him next to the striker at certain points. I was seeing him in the 6. He was all over the pitch. I saw Fofana at one point box to box. We're not creating as many chances as we did last season. I'm looking at the system. Explain it to me. Even in terms of build-up, that's what loads of people said.
I was confused. CB,
you know what?
I'm
going to say this. Your system right now, I want to throw this out. I'm going to go to Mo first and I'll come to the Chelsea boys. The system so far, to me, it's a little bit Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the sense of it's a little bit freestyle. It's a little bit, you're seeing it's like individual quality going on as opposed to a regimented style of play where you kind of know what Chelsea are going to do next. And I think your individual quality is what creates you opportunities in games so far as what I've seen. Like, yes, of course, there is positioning, but I think I think that's something that needs to be worked on, especially out of possession, because you're so susceptible to counterattacks, which tells me people are because you're kind of picking up positions as and when what feels right in games. And that one thing I've noticed all preseason about Chelsea and through the start of this Premier League campaign, when you lose the ball, other teams counter against you really easily. And
the thing is,
easily, it's the same as
in the midfield. The main problem that I've had. The main problem that I've had on the transition is how peak it looks in the midfield. Today, I thought Caicedo and Vega were screening quite well. To be fair, you know, in terms of their duels, individual duels as well.
What
they won quite a lot of their duels, bro.
I
don't think we'll get top through the midfield. Mainly from the wings.
Guys, don't. Bournemouth were winning that midfield battle in terms of that transition. 100%. They were bypassing your three midfielders with a couple of passes between the lines. This is why many times throughout the game we saw 3-on-3, 4-on-4. That means your midfielders aren't actually screening.
No, midfield. I was seeing Vega and Caicedo. I was seeing Vega and Caicedo winning the ball back a lot in that midfield.
In the last 15 minutes, when the pressure was on, yes.
Especially in the second half. The main problems that I had with Bournemouth was on the wings, bro. That was where they were getting a lot of their
The majority of their play was from the guy in the middle, the left foot. The guy used to get the ball, Christie, and he used to distribute it with so much space around him behind your midfield. I'm sorry, with all due respect. Your defenders and your midfielders, their positioning is still not compact enough. There are a lot of spaces between your midfielders and your defenders, and Bournemouth exploited that many times today. Kluivert between your defense and midfielders, Christie, even Semenyo, and the forward even was moving between the lines.
You're saying guys that were playing on the wing, bro. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about wingers.
How many wingers do they have? All of these guys are wingers.
You said Semenyo, and then you said Kluivert.
And Christie, and the forward, the guy, Evan Nelson.
Christie had that one shot in the second half, Mo, where it dropped in the midfield and it hit the post. Other than that, what other dangerous things did he do?
Mo's is spitting, man. He's telling the truth. In terms of our system,
I hear what he's saying. But what I'm saying is,
it looks fine. We get it, but I've seen us look a lot worse.
I've seen us look a lot worse in the midfield. That's my point.
Normally, when we analyze games, it's either I analyze the first half or the beginning of the second half. That last 15 minutes, that is not coaching style. That is okay. The player, they got the goal, and then you know what I mean, the rush of blood. But I'm looking at the first half and the beginning of the second half. It looked exactly the same. Bournemouth were going to score every single time they picked a pass between the lines. Every single time, Don. Sanchez had the best game.
When you talk about their chances that they had, right? When you talk about their chances, I don't really remember Bournemouth creating many clear chances.
Okay, let me explain to you what I mean by chances.
They had, hold on, Mo. A lot of the shots that they had was straight at Sanchez. Yeah? Sanchez had to make at least, I think, 3 good saves the whole game. Majority of the time, he's just collecting it. Okay,
I'm going to tell you why. I explained to this before you come to the panel. When the players shoot from inside the 18 or around the 18 and your players are blocking it, that's not defense. That's not how it works. Every coach in the world don't want these players in that situation. initially. That's called defensive. That's called proactive defending. Your guys, Fofana and Kulwell, blocking the shots and throwing their body in front of. Yeah, throwing their body in front of the ball. That's not defending. That's not a positioning defense. That's called a last ditch block. That's Tarkovsky style.